On a scale from 1 to 10, how screwed am I?
A million.
You couldn't just say 10? You don't think I'd understand that 10 is bad?
Bill, how are you, sir?
What's up, Joe? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. Look, I loved Bad Monkey. It starts as a murder mystery, and it's filled with such rich and fascinating characters, and it's the perfect blend of comedy and drama. Look, Andrew
Dude, I'm
Yancy,
gonna record that and put it just like on a poster outside. That's perfect, man. Come on.
The show is absolutely incredible, man. Andrew Yancy's at the center of our story. He's the person who doesn't let go and has such a strong sense of justice for the underdog. What made Vince Vaughn the perfect fit for Yancy? Can you talk about working with him as a collaborator? By the way, I downloaded the Bad Monkey book after I watched the show because I fell in love with this. So just to let you know, I'm a big fan now.
Oh, thanks, brother. Carl Hiaasen, rock star writer. He's one of my heroes. He helped me figure out how I wanted to be a storyteller. And one of those dudes, I'm only pontificating. I won't steal your time. You can have it back. Because he's one of those guys that actually turned out to be as cool as you would hope he would be if you were a fan, you know? So check his stuff out, man. It's great. Look, I wrote this script, and it's a really hard character in my head to cast because when I wrote it, I didn't write Vince. I wrote, the perfect guy would be James Garner, Rockford Files. I'm like, but, you know, we're going to have to get a time machine because I think he passed away like 13 years ago or something. And, you know, because it's a character that needs to be big and imposing and can be threatening at times and very snarky and funny, but at the same time affable, and you love him anyways and you root for him. And when Vince, you know, became interested, dude, so lucky. I knew it was the right choice because the day we got into Florida, you know, just even walking around Miami, everybody in America knows him. Does not matter background, diversity, gender, anything. And they all approach him like they've been best friends, you know, for years. And he's so affable and great at it. I knew he was gonna work in the show. Plus, the dude has a lifetime of taking stuff that you wrote, you know, and making it 90% better by kind of adding his own spin or improvising a little bit. And then when people say, oh, I really thought that was funny, I just go, thank you. I have nothing to do with it, man. It's the gift.
Incredible. Look, there's so many rich and interesting characters in this show, and I'm glad that it's a 10-episode series because we get to spend an extended amount of time with these characters. But one that stands out to me is Gracie, the Dragon Queen, played brilliantly by Jodie Turner-Smith. She's feared on the island for practicing Obeah. I hope I said that right.
Obeah, yeah.
Obeah, and she always sees the bad guys win. And for her, you know, why not be bad? Because the good guys don't prevail. What can you tease about Gracie and her grandmother, Yaya, played by L. Scott Caldwell?
All right, sure. Look, first of all, Jodie Turner-Smith, I'd only seen her in movies, you know, and the second she got onto set, just rock star, dude. Stunning. You can't take her eyes off her because she's so imposing, you know what I mean? She's so good. So look, the cool thing about Carl's weird books are 90% of the stuff is all based in truth. He's been a author in Florida, but he's also a journalist there for the Miami Herald for years and years and years. So he collects these things. Point is, the Dragon Queen was based on somebody real that lived in Andros, and a number of her boyfriends had passed. And but in the book, she was much more of a charlatan. Right away, you knew she was a con woman. And when I told Carl we wanted to expand on the story and make that kind of a younger, more major character who has her own kind of arc of redemption or not, it'd be interesting to see what people think. He was down with it, and we cast Scotty as Yaya. We embedded that character, so there was an older matriarch in there as well. But the thing I will tell you that was so amazing, the same way that Vince elevated the material, Jodie took control of it. She talked to the Obeah consultant literally on a day-to-day basis. She was in charge of her wardrobe. It's all authentic. She was in charge of her makeup. It's all authentic. You know what I mean? All because that is still practiced on some of the island nations, and even in Brazil a little bit. It's illegal in some places. It's not voodoo. It's you know, kind of a true spiritual sect. And she brought such authenticity to it for one of those characters that you're not sure if they're a bad guy or not. You know, it was one of my favorite parts of the show. She's a rock star, dude.
She's amazing. Look, last question for you because I'm about to run out of time. Earlier this year, there were some rumblings about a Ted Lasso spinoff. Is that something you've heard about or you're involved with? And if so, are there any updates?
You know, man, my policy on the Ted Lasso things, I always answer now as a fan. you know, I love the show so much. I think Jason and the gang are so talented at doing it. I'd kill to watch it again. But we never answer, even if we've heard stuff. Every actor, every actress, every writer, every producer, we all know that this is such a big, major life decision for Jason that you will never hear from anybody till you hear from him. I'm only allowed to say things like about stuff like Scrubs reboots, in which case I go, yeah, maybe next 6 months or so we'll figure it out. But the Ted Lasso, man, I wait with bated breath to see whatever Jason feels like doing, just like everybody else.
Well, look, I'm excited for that Scrubs reboot. 6 months to a year, Bill. 6 months to a year, sir. But thank you so much for this show. Bad Monkey's phenomenal, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey, you're really kind, and it means a lot to me when I can tell people watched and vibed on it. And I think Jodie needs to, you know, because she would be here doing press, but she's out shooting. She's so good. I hope she gets pubbed up, man. She's really good in this thing.
Oh, she's brilliant in this show. Absolutely brilliant. Steals every scene. Thanks so much, Bill.
See you, man.
Your place is a rat trap. Why don't you get a cat?
I have one right here.
You have to buy a tiger.
Can't get tigers in Florida, idiot.
There was a documentary about it, dumbass.